what? A big surprise! My least favorite Kirby soundtrack is the one that I've gone on record saying is my least favorite Kirby soundtrack. You all know how I am with these surprises. Huh. Well, if you don't hate me by the end of the video, you'll be very happy to know that every day of the month, I'll be uploading a video of me ranking the Kirby soundtracks for the 5th annual Kirby month. You can check out all of the rankings in the playlist linked in the description. And hey, if you really don't hate me by the end, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel, ringing that notification bell. Maybe check out my Patreon too, so you can, I don't know, see every video 2 days early. And if you're a head-patting Fluffle fan, be thanked like Biohazard, Dips Fiora. And remember, Miss K says this is your captain speaking. By the way, thank you guys, I love you. Absolute insanity. Less insane, though, is how bad I think the soundtrack is for Nightmare in Dreamland. I hear a lot of times that a Kirby game with a bad soundtrack doesn't exist. Like it's some rumored myth that Kirby scholars have been trying to unearth for eons. And obviously, music is super subjective and depending on your tastes, but even as a kid playing this game, and I played this game a lot, I rarely paid much attention to the soundtrack. Adventure was the first game I ever played, sure, but that was for a combined playtime of like, I don't know, 15 minutes. I can't really stretch it much further than that. But even if I could, I wouldn't be able to because the GBA has screen crunch. Hey! To start off, I figured it would be nice to do a little therapy exercise and talk about what I genuinely like about this soundtrack. It isn't all bad. There is goodness in everything. And if nothing else, the Green Greens range of this game has charmed me. It just sounds so simple, playful, and fun. All of the things just scream Kirby to me. I think the Return to Dreamland version, including a bit of this, certainly had something to do with it. That's my favorite version of Green Greens out of all of them. But the rest of it charmed me all on its own. And for sure, I think the soundtrack could have been worse. Over time, I've become a big fan of GBA music, but I still think that most, if not all, of the good soundtracks for it were made for the GBA, not rearranged from something else. A game like Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga or Advance Wars has really good music since it was made for the GBA, while games like Mario Advance and Fire Red Leaf Green have not so good music since they were made for something else. This isn't absolute or anything, but compared to something like the aforementioned Fire Red or Leaf Green, Nightmare's soundtrack is anything but a nightmare. But, okay, yeah, I really don't think most of the soundtrack is, like, any good at all. I'm not gonna go into a gamer rage mode over this because it doesn't anger me, it just really bums me out. Adventure had such great music. The compositions are all really fun and lively, but the sound font here does not work out. Some tracks are serviceable on their own, like Vegetable Valley, but they crumble to pieces when put next to their Adventure counterparts. Some like Orange Ocean I don't like very much at all in Nightmare, despite being some of my favorites in Adventure. And then there's stuff like the boss music where I don't even like it that much in Adventure. The opening bit rules, but the rest of it in Adventure is like, you know, fine. But even then, I still can't find much good to say for it in Nightmare at all. There are parts of tracks in Nightmare that I like. I think about the opening to Yogurt Yard a lot. That just makes me bop my head. But after that opening bit, I'm right back to those feelings that range from neutrality at best to, oh man, at worst. I wish there were more high points, but I really can't think of very much. I don't think the Fountain of Dreams range is very good. Day-to-Day's theme that gets used in the mini boss rush for some bizarre reason. Also, why is it used for the mini boss rush? The placement of the music is almost as important for me as the music itself. I oftentimes associate game music with the moments each track is used in. We're going to be hearing this a lot throughout Kirby Month, trust me. For now, think of Mask Daddy Day and Superstar Ultra, or the Hyper Zone track for Dreamland 3. Or, I don't know, Daddy Day's theme not being used for Daddy Day before a mini boss rush? Why is this game like this? It's easy to look at an adventure junkie like me and just call me biased, and certainly I can't pretend I have no preference towards adventure, a game which means as much to me as it does. But like I said before, I've really grown to like GBA music. I obviously love Kirby and most Kirby soundtracks. In general, I'm a big fan of gaming music. I don't want to spoil my thoughts on Amazing Mirror soundtrack, but even ignoring that one, there are plenty of GBA soundtracks that I do enjoy. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Pokemon Pinball, Mother 3, all the Fire Emblem games. Even some of those GBA ports I was complaining about before, like Yoshi's Island, I think are generally good. I really don't think that's the problem here. Of course, if you like Nightmare's soundtrack, I'm not holding that against you or even saying that it's a bad thing. By all means, like the soundtracks that you like. When we get to my favorites, you know I would die on the hills defending those. But it's hard for me to grasp at straws when there aren't any straws to begin with. Or, at the very least, straws that I can reach. Or, I don't know, willingly reach maybe? This metaphor has completely escaped me, but I hope you get what I mean. It's not for me, that's fine, whatever. I'm not the best at talking about things I don't like because, frankly, I'd rather spend my time gushing over things that I do like. So I'm sorry if this video is a bit on the lighter side, especially as an intro to this whole ranking every Kirby soundtrack for the whole month thing. There are people far more knowledgeable than I on music who can go into a much deeper specifics. I've seen comments that have, and while I only understand them on a surface level, I very much resonate with what a lot of them have to say. I can definitely tell you how the music makes me feel. I'm no music expert, I just listen to a lot of music, it's good, I like it, but not this. But with that, I don't think there's too much left for me to say without melting into a puppy puddle of sadness, so I think we will end it there. I have been Claire, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you around. Bye-bye!